Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to science. Today we are going to continue learning about sound. And if you remember last week, we learned about what actually makes sound. So go ahead and write down what makes sound. What exactly is sound made from? Go. If you said that sound was made from vibrations, you are totally correct. So sound, we learned, was created from vibrations, and basically when something vibrates, it makes sound waves. And those sound waves are what we hear. Now, there needs to be something called a sound source, which is what is making the sound and making the vibrations. And then there needs to be something called a sound receiver, which in our case, if we're hearing it, that is our ears, and that receives the vibrations. And what happens when you actually hear something is totally really neat and really cool because the vibrations hit your eardrum and the parts of your ear, and that gets transmitted to your brain, and it is so fascinating. But my question for you is, why doesn't everything sound the same? Why doesn't every piece of music sound the same? Or why doesn't every person sound the same? Or, when you're doing things like that, why doesn't it all sound exactly the same if it's all vibrations? So why do you think that not all sounds sound the same? Go. So I'm interested to hear what you have to say and why you think that not all sounds sound exactly the same. We're going to do an experiment today that will show us a little bit of why not everything sounds exactly the same. What you're going to need to start is you're going to need 4 glasses. And they all need to be the same size. Now, you can do this with more than 4 glasses. It won't work as well with fewer than 4 glasses. They do all need to be the same size. However, we are going to do an extension where we'll use glasses that are different sizes. But for this one, they have to be the same size. So you also need a spoon. So let's kind of just tap them. So they sound mostly the same. Now, they might sound slightly different, and that's also based on where I tapped them. However, for the most part, they sound mostly the same. They might sound slightly different, but not anything really drastic. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pour some water in them. So this first glass, you're just going to pour a little bit of water. And it doesn't matter. You don't need an exact amount. I just poured a little bit. And let me move you down a little bit. The second glass, you need to pour a little bit more than that first glass. I'll do a little bit more. And then this third glass, you need to pour a little bit more than the second glass. And then this last glass, you need to pour the most, so more than any of the other glasses. Now, I'm going to put some food coloring in just so you can see the water a little bit better. You do not have to put food coloring in at all. That is not a requirement by any means. However, if you want to, it can help you see the water levels a little bit differently. So that's the only reason that I am doing it. So let me put this food coloring in here. As always, when you're doing this experiment, please make sure you ask your parents before you use anything, before you use their glasses. Also, please make sure you do this very carefully. We obviously don't want you breaking glasses. That would not be fun. Okay, so now I have water, different amounts of water in all of these glasses. So now I'm going to tap them again. Do you notice something? What do you notice about the sound? Go. So if you said that you notice that the sounds are much more different now that you use different amounts of water in these glasses, you are completely correct. So the sound when I tapped the glasses before they had water in them sounded mostly the same. Now it sounds very different. So you can actually almost play a song with them. If you do 8 glasses, you will have the do, re, mi, fa, so, and so on. So you can actually make, like, you can play like Mary Had a Little Lamb or Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. You can play actual songs on these, with these glasses with water, simply by doing a glass and filling it with different amounts of water. So if I had even more glasses, and I filled them, just like continue to stagger the amount of water, you could have endless amounts of sounds. You could just continue to play the different instruments. Basically, this is an instrument, and you could play all kinds of music. So why does this work? Well, the reason this works is because when you tap the glass, what you're hearing is you're hearing the vibration of the spoon hitting the glass. It causes vibrations. And the water, the amount of water that you have in actually slows the vibrations down. So this glass has very slow vibrations. This glass has much faster vibrations. So what we can learn from this is that the faster the vibrations, the higher the sound. The slower the vibrations, the lower the sound. The way that I remember that is slow has the word low right in it. So if you have a very slow vibration, then you have low sounds. And if you have fast vibrations, you have higher sounds. So that is the reason for that. Now, this also gets taken into consideration if you wanted to use other glasses. So that makes an even different sound. So if I pour some water in, you can have a whole band just by using different kinds of glasses with different amounts of water in. Isn't that awesome? So I encourage you to practice with this, experiment with this. Just use different kinds of glasses and different amounts of water and just have fun with it. There are so many unique types of sounds that you can come up with if you use different glasses and different amounts of water. As you can see, I have all kinds of different glasses here. I also use like a small mason jar. If your parents have a jar of some sort, you can also use that. You also don't need to fill them with water. If you have all kinds of different glasses, you can just experiment and see what those different glasses sound like, because they will also sound different based on their size and shape. Even if you have just different shaped glasses, that also, you will get a totally different sound. So what did we learn today? Slower vibrations mean lower sounds, and faster vibrations mean higher sounds. So I hope that you enjoyed this experiment. I had a lot of fun with it. I am really looking forward to seeing what you can do with this. I am also going to be posting a video on Schoology. There will be a video of someone actually playing a song with these glasses, which is really neat. And who knows, maybe you'll become the next water glass musician. So I hope that you have fun with it. I would love to see a video or even just pictures of you doing this experiment. So go ahead and post the pictures or the videos in the media album that I have on this Schoology page. I know that I am really looking forward to seeing it. I'm sure your teachers will also look forward to seeing that, as well as your classmates. So I hope that you had fun today, and I hope that you learned a lot more about sound and vibrations, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye, 3rd grade!